Hi everyone, welcome back. I just wanted to spend our little introduction today talking about the different kinds of special lined paper that we have available in the online classroom. So we have some big space paper, which just has slightly larger lines, which are available. Some of them do have gray space across the bottom half of the lines, which is just to help you to remember that our little lowercase letters stay between that middle and lower line. Um, and they are bigger spaced lines in different sizes to help you if you're someone who maybe overdraws past that bottom line and needs some help with maybe starting with a bigger space, or if you're the parent of someone who tends to overdraw their letters, you might want to start with lines that have bigger space to allow for more room for error. The other thing we have available in the online classroom is yellow or highlighted lined paper, which is really nice if your eyes have trouble following along as you're writing, or if you just like that visual of the highlighted paper for keeping you between your lines, if that makes it easier for you. Something I've also done in my classroom is created my own tactile or touch paper. We've used things like putty or somebody's like finger or the bottom of a binder or file folder to create that physical barrier so that it is more apparent to our brains and our hands when we've reached that bottom line to help us in the future from going over those bottom lines. So just something to consider there before we get into our letters. If you have any further questions, please feel free to send me an email and I can help you out. All right, here we go. Have a good time learning your letters.
All right, guys, our first letter of today is going to be the letter P, and we're going to start with the capital letter P. So we're going to put our pencils up on the top line, and we're going to draw a straight line down from top to bottom, stopping our pencils on that bottom line. Then we're going to go back up to where we started at the top line, and we're going to draw a little hill or bump from the top line to the middle line. So here we go again together from the top line to the bottom line, stopping when we bump that bottom line and not crossing it, and then going back up to where we started and making a little bump or a hill from the top line to the middle line. Now, the lowercase letter P is a dangling letter. So again, we are going to go below that bottom line for this one. So we're going to start at the middle line. We're going to draw a straight line down below that bottom line. And then we're going to do the same thing we did with the capital letter. We're going to go back up to where we started and do a little bump from the middle line down to the bottom line. So we're just shifting it down and making it slightly smaller in size for this lowercase letter P. So again, we're going to draw from the middle line down below the bottom line. And then we come back up to where we started and we do a little bump. And that's our letter P. All right, guys, next we're going to do the letter Q. So the Q is just an O with a little line added in. So we're going to do our capital letter O here. So we're going to start at the top. We're going to loop around, and then we're going to come down to this bottom corner, and we're just going to give it a little hash cross right across the line like that, touching the bottom line. So let's do this one together. We're going to start with our capital letter O. go around, bump that bottom line, and come back up to the top. And then put your little hash cross right there to touch the bottom line. All right, the lowercase letter Q is also a dangling letter, just like the letter P. It's going to actually start, though, by starting at the middle line, and we're going to go around, and then we're going to draw a straight line down and give it a little hook. So, here we go together. We're going to start at the middle line and go around, and then come down and give it a little hook. Just like that for our letter Q. All right, guys, next we're going to do the letter R. So our capital letter R is going to start from that top line, and it's going to go down from the top to the bottom, bumping that bottom line and not crossing. Then we're going to go back up to where we started and do a little hill or bump, just like we do with our letter P. And then from there, we're going to start at the end of that bump and do a diagonal line out towards the bottom line. So here we go together. From the top line to the bottom line, stopping before we cross. Then we go back up to the top. And we do a little hill or bump from the top line to the middle line. And from there we go out on a diagonal towards the bottom line. Good job, that's a capital R. Now for a lowercase r, we're going to go from the middle line down to the bottom. This is a small letter, so it's between the middle and bottom lines. And then from right under the middle line, we're going to make a little half bump or hill or something like that. So again, we do our straight line down, middle to bottom line, not crossing. And then we go from that spot right under the middle line. We're going to make a little hill or bump, and that is R. All right, guys, our final letter for the day is the letter S. And S is going to start for the capital S up right under the top line. We're going to start with a curve that is then going to switch as it crosses that middle line, and we're going to bump all lines. So we're curving towards our left side as we pass by the top line and curve towards the middle line, and then when we switch places with that bend towards the right as we bump towards the bottom line. So here we go together. We're going to go to the left first as we start right under the top line, and we go up, and then we switch directions as we bump that bottom line. So that's a letter S. Our lowercase letter s is just a smaller version of our uppercase letter S. So we don't have a middle line to cross here because we're starting right below the middle line and bumping up between the middle line and the bottom line. So just do your best to eyeball the middle. So we're going to start right below the middle line, and then we're going to bump up, come around, and switch as we bump that bottom line. So here we go together. Start right under that middle line. You're going to bump the middle line, switch as you pass middle, and then bump the bottom line. So upper and lowercase s there.
Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Be kind to one another. Bye.